Alright, hello, welcome to league number 3 of the day. We're trying out some Black Splashing AmuLIT, basically kind of targeting a little bit the Goblin deck, the new Goblin deck that has started terrorizing the format. We played against it 3 times, we went 2-1 so far. But yeah, we're gonna see. We need more trophies. Why? Not playing the challenge? What challenge? Isn't this like on the weekend? Oh, the prelims. Oh, no, I'm not gonna have time to play the prelim. No, I have a lesson at 5, another lesson at 6 that I need to teach, so I will definitely not have, I will not be done by then. Black Splash, I don't know how I feel about Black Splash so far. It seems like most of the value we've gotten has been OP, not expecting the splash. I mean, yes and no. Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, there's certainly value in having access to those cards, right? We have gotten value from people not expecting it, but also it's a matter of just knowing. Like, just having access to the cards is relevant as well. Opponent says that they enjoy the content. Very nice of them. Jundo? What is this? It is Jundo. Folks out there living the Jund life. Respect. So we're probably gonna have to Azusa on 3 instead of Dryad. Gross. Should we be on Power Blossom instead of Fire Spout, or is Trophy better here? Any pushes? I'm not playing pushes, and I don't know about the difference between Pyroclasm. I think that Spout is better. Like, if you can cast one, you very likely can also cast the other one. So that's not really a point of reference there, and it's more of a matter of the 3 points of life matter in some matchups. Like, otherwise, I think I would rather be playing K-Return instead of Fire Spout. Instead of Pyroclasm, sorry. Why only 3 castle? Because something has to give, right? I am splashing black, and I want to cast my spells. You can only play so many trophies. You can only play so many good lands, basically. Cycling Baron more. Is this a Ren? I think I'm gonna take 1 hit from this Coif. It's not Liliana mana, so that's good for us. Okay. Titan. Cool. It's pretty annoying. So I think we need to top deck Primetime on this very turn, otherwise we die. So being dead to bolt is fine in my opinion. Yeah. Man. Today is can't catch a break day, apparently. We're dead to lightning bolt. we might have to force to chump this. Okay. I guess that's not dead. Let's blow this up. I mean, if they're spending their turn doing this, I'm probably happy. Okay. Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, I should have played both. That's fine. I guess it's actually better for me to not play both, actually, because like this plays around Liliana. Don't bolt me, bro. Don't bolt me, bro. Scavenginus is fine. Scavenginus is still fine. Any land would be nice. No land. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're definitely cast Titan. The Goifus don't really, the Usus don't really matter. So we have to get Radiant Fountain. And I guess a Boros Garrison? Just get a little bit more of mana going. Pass the turn. So now we don't die to Bolt anymore. Opponent can eat some stuff, that's fine. Proxa. Nice basic forest. Pitch Explore. Like if we untap and our Titan does not get dealt with, we are gonna win, so Blood Braid, okay. Into Ren and 6. All of this is just fine. Okay, so I guess this is just lethal now? Valakut Vesuva. Vesuva copy here. Kill there. Kill there. CS all sealed. Bounce here. So we haven't used any land drops so far. So land drop number 1 of 3. Number 2, copy Valakut, face you twice. Definitely got a little bit lucky there. Just not expecting to win that one. I guess post board this list is kind of great against this grindy matchups. We certainly got very lucky that our opponent just didn't draw anything of relevance for multiple times. Dryad is a messed up card. It wasn't even the Dryad, really. It was just like we found the Titan, like we found the Fierce Empath on time, and my opponent did not have another Thoughtseize, so then they just died. I mean, the Dryad won the game, but it's not like it didn't just win the game, if that makes sense. It won the game, but it didn't just like win the game, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying there? Alright. Pull the trigger and actually AmuLIT Titan today after playing the old blue-green Oko field decks. Can't wait to get stuck in. Oh, yeah, Lithuania, welcome. It's a one-way street, my friend. It's just amazing. If anybody is interested in buying into AmuLIT, of course you can use the TCG Player affiliate link and you can support the stream for free at no extra cost to you whatsoever. We're gonna keep this one. I guess we're gonna bottom the we're gonna bottom this. I think I'm gonna bottom this. Like I wanna force them to have 2 discard spells for my Dryad, and the decay means that I don't get just cheesed out by an early Goyf or an early Liliana or an early anything. Based in the UK area, we have. Oh, thank you, Lithuania. I appreciate it. Could negate something next turn if I want to, which is funny. Can we just kill the Goyf here? I think I'm going to actually. Well, clearly I was correct. Oof. Would love to get there, but please no Fulminator, 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 please no Fulminator. Don't fulminate me, bro. Don't fulminate me, bro. Oh, that guy's fine. Feels super bad to pitch the tracker there, but I'm gonna need the Dryad. Ren is okay. We're gonna pass the turn here. This is worse against specifically Pillage, but it's better against everything else. It's better against Croxa, it's better against Liliana, it's better against just everything else. So it's a little bit strange to... Okay, it's also better against that. That was a problem. So I guess we're just 1 bounce on the way from winning this game. So it's not the end of the world. If we do manage to find the bounce line, I think we're gonna get there. I could also YOLO this and back for Uro. Seems a little bit risque. Yeah, no, I actually can't, never mind. Then you know that if you say fulminate 3 times in a row, you summon it to their hand. Don't fulminate me, don't fulminate me, don't fulminate me. Oh, damn. Alright. So if we draw a bounce land, I think we win. If we don't draw a bounce land, we're probably going to lose. I don't think I'm just playing around anything at this point. I don't think it's correct to play around anything. So, Radiant Fountain, I guess. Jugabog? Even before second boil. It might be. There might be a second boil in my future. Oh, my opponent forgot about Croxa. Oh my. They forgot they could have flashed back Croxa. Oof. That's brutal. Oof. I'm sorry, opponent. GG's. Yeah, I felt that it was weird that they didn't get back the Croxhound that turn. It's just that they forgot. It happens. It happens. Mistakes were made. Bum, bum, bum. Nice to see me trying out some M21 cards. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Especially when the M21 cards are actually in the old border, you know? I mean, yeah. Okay. So we still have turn 3 Titan here. Because of the castle. And the Azusa. So unless my opponent has like a double AmuLIT draw or something, I think we're gonna be in good shape. Thought I was being funny about Azusa. Yeah, I assumed that you were being sarcastic, but I think it made it even funnier the fact that I'm actually playing an M21 card. Been wrecking people with blue-red prowess. Stormwig has been sick as a turn 2 play. Is that like the 2 mana 3/3 flying prowess? I think that's what it does. But it's actually 5 mana, but it's a lie. Okay. Wait, what? Uh-oh. think you might have bounced the wrong one, opponent. They can't Titan this turn without another amulet, and if they did have another amulet, they also punted, because like even now a second amulet doesn't do it for them. 2 amulets would do it, but I think they just killed themselves. Oh, okay, so they have Stacy. Okay. So they didn't just kill themselves. Oh, that was a funny top deck. I will explain why that was a funny top deck in a second. As I kill my opponent. That was a really funny top deck. Okay, so the line is gonna go as follows. Going to bounce this, going to play this again. Going to play a Titan, we're going to attack, then we're going to get another Semi-Growth plus a Valakut. We're going to second main phase play the Dryad, and then we're going to pew their Stacy, and then they're going to die on their upkeep. Good times, good times. Alright, Pact, not on the draw. I do like Thoughtseizes though, that sounds pretty exciting actually. Explorers can go, Butcherbolt can go. Explosives can go. I thought I cut the Explorers there. Bog is gone. Fountain? Yeah, Fountain can go. Twofold Fear Sandpath from Scorch for $3. Good stuff. Goodbye. Good job. Yeah, I think this is fine. Would have loved to have access to something maybe like a black source. Okay. It's pretty solid. Can we top it again? An amulet, please. I would like to find an amulet of vigor off the top. Good job, Trex. Staying on top of it. Okay. Why would they show me the Misty? Too weird. Okay, so name Dryad. Activate. If they have a Susa into nonsense, we are fine. We just scoop it up. No big deal. I do my duty, milady. Milady to you as well. We might get gusted here, right? If we get gusted, what happens? Red? Okay. Abrade my Stacy. Okay. Kind of sucks. So let's play Cavern on Giant. And let's play this. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we can Titan next turn. We can go squatter them. I'm not gonna go squatter them and draw step. I'm gonna go. They could have a castle. So if they have a castle, what happens? They can just main phase it. No, because we can blow up. No, it just enters adapt. Yeah, I'd rather play around castle. I'd rather play around any of their bounce lands because they have way more copies of that than their one of castle. So I think it's better to let them untap. Also, there's a possibility that just they don't have anything. Like if they dryad me here, that means that they don't Titan me, which means that then I get to Titan them, and then my Titan kills their dryad. So I think this is fine for me. Did the bowling get real quiet? It should definitely not be. Every time I wow, Colby, that's so bad. Awful, awful, awful. If they have Gust, they have Gust. It's kind of whatever. Not like we can play around it anyway. Yeah, missing out on free value. There sounds like there's a fish tag in the background. Yes, that is my fan, which is right over there. See right there? It's a fan. That thing is a fan. And there's no real way for me to not make it make any noise, so it's kind of what it is. Playing the problem just with goblins in 3. Nice, nice, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so if we play this, we technically, if my opponent does not have a Titan, we technically can cast our Titan again next turn, even after paying for Pact. So there's that. One of their cards in hand is a Sunhome, so we know that one of their cards is a dud. But if they have a Titan, their Titan is going to be good enough, and we're not going to be able to come back from their Titan. So they're going to cycle Triome. That's what's looking like here. Because of the color of mana that they tapped for, yeah. France fans hearing France fan, exactly. That's literally what's going on. Yeah, I will not block. Thank you very much. Gonna double strike your bad boy. Whew. Woo! Wait, did I miscount? I totally miscounted, right? Wait, what? No, I did not miscount. Sweet. I love not miscounting. Not miscounting is like my favorite thing to do. Was there a reason to play Bounce Land? Doesn't that set you back in mana next turn? So because I played a Bounce Land, I won that game instead of giving my opponent another land. I don't have an AmuLIT in play. So having a Bounce Land in hand doesn't give me as... Yeah, exactly. It was... Yeah, for sure. My opponent is the one with an AmuLIT. I don't have an AmuLIT, so... If I hadn't... As always, right? You always want to be at least one turn ahead whenever you're playing AmuLIT. You want to be taking your lines today that will set your lines on turn 1 or like turn X that will give you the best chances of winning on turn 1, X+1, basically. Good stuff though, good stuff. Playing tight. Sometimes getting rewarded for a tight play, sometimes not mattering how well we play today. But overall, I think I've been playing well today. Which is cool, which is cool. At this point, I've been playing the deck for so long that sometimes I don't realize whether my lines are good or not, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I will just do stuff and it's so ingrained in my head, like it's just natural for me to do that kind of stuff, so I don't even think about what it is that I'm doing. And then we have everything we need here, so I'm just gonna put on that. And then I don't actually realize, you know, whether it was a good play or not or something. You think Titan's favorite versus Goblin? Very much no. Very much no. This is one of the like Brazilian players or whatever. God damn it. Leading us Stacy, we might get punished by like the stupid giant or whatever, but we can only play around so much stuff, you know. Blood Moon. Do I just back it in if I get mooned? Yeah, I guess it's better to do this. We get to draw another card, we get to get some value from our amulet. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to draw exactly a bounce land here. Although none of this really matters if my opponent has Magus, right? Looking for specifically bounce land. I guess any tap land, can I do any green tap land, I guess? So like fetch land is good, pillage. Well, pillage is fucking brutal. If we find the bounce land, then we win, so there's that. But now we're looking for specifically bounce land. Bounce land? Or 6-drop. Alright, I'm over this. Remember, to us for green bounce land. Fair enough, it was my bad. Okay, so Thoughtseizes, Rex Sage, Force, Trackers, Decay, and Trophies. I've been cutting this, it's just pretty awful overall. Cut this, cut Dryad. Explorers are okay, but this can go, and so can the Ghost Quarter. Share a couple of those, and one Fierce Empath. Oh, one amulet. It's not a Fierce Empath there. Whoops. Multiple basics. Way to ramp. Question: how do you guys store your large collections? Good question. So I have like multiple stuff that I do. So I have like a box. I have multiple boxes, which is like absolute random nonsense. Then I have boxes with actual. That's pretty good. Then I have boxes with actual cards, the like commons and uncommons. So all my commons and uncommons are storage in a separate box the playable ones. So I have different boxes with like multiple commons and uncommons that are, well, they're just playable common and uncommons, like format staples and whatnot. And then I have a couple of boxes with just like random rares. Just like random rares that don't really matter. And then I have a number of I guess I care more about this because it kills my Dryad. And then I have like an actual binder with the like actual cards, you know, like the good cards. They choose here what they do, right? They choose whether they want to deal damage or make it 4/3. I think that's how that works. That's fine, it doesn't matter. We'd love to have a 6/6 in play. Alright, so now we just have to find a Force of Vigor or one of those things, because they have no business, right? They have, I should have attacked, by the way. So if we find like an Abrupt Decay or something, or an Assassin's Trophy for this, we should be good to go. God damn it! Force. No, this is not even a good attack. Well, we do have some respect for Sage, right? Okay. So I guess I'm gonna get Field and Stronghold. How has the Black Splash felt so far? It's been okay. Hasn't been like insane or anything. We 5-0'd with it once. And then we went 2-3 in the second league. So we've been hitting the extremes. Alright, any of our answers to Blood Moon and we win on the spot, kind of. No, we actually do win on the spot. No kind of needed. Okay, blue, green, and 1. Draw one of our answers. No. So if we attack with both, what happens? We're gonna go to 17 because they're gonna exile our Uro, but they can't trade with both. They block here. I think we just attack with both. They block. Castle. And fetch land. So they're gonna exile the Uro now. But we're still in the same situation, right? If we find a way to answer that Blood Moon, we just win on the spot, so come on. Come on. My opponent is clearly better than I am. Alright, Force of Vigor off the top. Force of Vigor. Force of Vigor one time. Force of Vigor one time. They have lethal anyway. We block here, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they just have lethal. So frustrating. Wrong vigor, yeah. We just drew the wrong vigor. Yeah, we were never getting there. Also, Tolera West would have been a good draw too. I guess I should have explained why I wasn't getting... I was trying, whenever I was fetching with Titan, I was trying to thin, but at the same time I was trying to leave in there all the cards that could potentially be fine draws. And Tolera West was definitely in there because we could have T-Wested for Pact for Rexage. How is the one of Triumph ahead of the second pool? Presumably only for the splash. Yes, if I were not playing splash, I would not be playing the Triumph. It's possible that I should have laid on AmuLIT there. Thank you for the follow, Crypto Tank. Uncertain. Looking for a bounce land specifically. Any kind of bounce land does it. It's not very good. Double pair. Would I play 2 pool? Yeah, that's what I was playing before. 5-color Nib. It could be 5-color Nib or something completely unrelated. Sort of Fire and Ice. I mean, it's not a good sword. They have to have Feast and Famine in hand, right? They have to have Feast and Famine in hand because like it's just so insanely better than this one. Like, it's not even close. Drawing your 4 of birds on your... Come on! This really frustrates me. This really frustrates me. I think we jam with everything. If they block the empath on any or the Stacy on any, I guess I don't want to. Do I want to trade this for this? I kind of do, because then they're gonna equip the bird anyway. Yorion Blade Binder, exactly. Can they be holding Batterskull? They could be holding Batterskull. I'm not gonna play around that, right? With my opponent having an 80 card deck. Like, if they naturally drew their Batterskull and they own me, that's fine. But, like, I need to allow them to make a mistake. Like, we get super owned if they have the Batterskull. It looks like they don't. But, like, this is a fine trade for me. It makes the Yorion worse. Yeah, I guess they just have the Sophie instead of the other one, which is a lot better by a really large amount. It's pretty surprising. Just one bounce land away from winning. Can we get there? Harry played against Yorion, we know that earlier. That's funny. Alright, now there is the Batterskull. Good to know, good to know. But because of my attack, the Batterskull is not going to be coming in until next turn. Oh, wow. So I guess this is the Yorion Winota that you're literally talking about right now. Okay, let's think. Yeah, so we want to transmute this turn. And we set up lethal for next turn. Ooh, that was a bad attack. They just jump with the boys. Oops. I did not... I shouldn't have done that. Those are really bad attacks. And I'm going to take in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 this turn. Yikes. Is this game won? Yeah. No, I think that in Modern, Feast and Famine is just overall a better card than Fire and Ice. It's just the protection clauses are a lot more relevant, basically. You have to be kidding me that they have Magus. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I mean, it's not fine, but it's like better than them having a Magus. Am I dead here? Jump here, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I just lost because of that stupid attack that I made. Brutal. How's the league going? So far so good. We 5-0'd the first one, and then we started 2-0 here, then we lost to Red Wing Monsters, and now I just punted this game away, which is pretty awful. So stupid. Oh, such a bad attack. Jeez. Should have thought about it. Anyway. Okay, so we want Pact, we want Plague Engineers, Thoughtseize sounds reasonable as well, and Trophy and Decay. Maybe we want Tracker, uncertain. Stacy's seem pretty bad. Explosives is medium, Empath seems cool, AmuLIT seems okay. I think they're playing just Naya. How many go in this combo I've seen? I've seen 3 so far. We went 2-1 against it. Just prioritizing interaction instead of ramp. Not sure whether that's correct or not, but we'll definitely find out soon enough. We don't have Force. We might want Force depending on what their sideboard configuration looks like, but Arbor Elf. This card just freaks me out. I am forever hurt by Arbor Elf. Whenever I see it, I'm like... Don't do it. Whatever you're planning on doing, don't do it. Wow. Turn 2, 4 mana even with 80 cards in their deck. Some people are just born lucky, you know? Alright, this is... I'm okay with this. I'm okay with everything that's going on right here. I approve of these terms and conditions. Can we find land? If we find a land, we get to Dryad and play all of our stuff. So they have Chord. Okay. Green, play this, kill this. Okay. It's cool. In before we get kicked out of the game. Just wait for it, chat. Just wait for it. We're totally getting kicked out of the game, right? We're totally getting kicked out of the game. Respect for my opponent. Respect for my opponent. Somehow they managed to have the turn 4 combo. I know. I know when I have been bested. I accept that I have been bested. Maybe we want to have access to some number of dismembers in this list. Oops, dismember. Which we can cast a little bit less painfully. Alright. Okay. My opponent regretted joining the match. So we can keep thinking about this. Maybe here? I kind of liked having access to Abrupt Decay. It's probably not better than Trophy, however. So with any bounce line, we're in business and we get to redraw. I think this is fine. Bounce line. Not quite. Not quite. All right, playing against the Eldrazi Tron. Chalice for 1. Ballista for 1. That's pretty good for us. All right, now that we know that we're playing against E-Tron instead of real Tron, I probably want 2 explosives to answer both Chalice and these things. All right, so my hand was unkeepable, but so was my opponent's. And when both of us keep unkeepable hands, then we are probably heavily favored. Land. Rough. Pretty rough. At least we are thought not proof, so that's something. That sucks. That really does suck. So now we have to draw exactly castle. Expedition map. No, they pinged in combat. Ah, I messed it up. I tapped wrong. God damn it. I am not helping myself out here. Gross. Absolutely gross. Interesting also that they went for the coding instead of going for Torpor Orb. Yeah, I'm just tilted and I'm just not playing well. I jinxed myself. I jinxed myself when I said that I had been playing well earlier today. Clearly jinxed myself, messed it up, playing like shit now. Feels bad, man. Oh, feels really bad. Alright, Tracker, Forces, Sage, Trophies, Field. Stacy's out in some capacities. Take this out, take this out. Cavern out. Take this out. Keep. Three. Okay. If they're gonna be messing with this, then we're probably gonna be fine here. So play AmuLIT, play this, 2, 4, play Dryad, play this, fetch Cybertriumph, bring this, Fierce Empath, go! They need to dismember the Dryad or they die. That was a nice turn. Yep. Pretty solid turn. I guess even if they dismember the Dryad, it just doesn't matter. Like, they just know that I have a rot farming hand, so it's whatever. Alright. Let's run it back. The impact is actually starting to grow on me. I think it's pretty good. Like, I think it's quite solid. Is this hand good? Like, we're good against Karn and stuff. I think this hand might be okay. Unless they have like an early Tron hand. I think most better use 4 Karn. I don't know what you mean. This, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't understand. Let's play this. So if they go for a Karn line, what's this? Eugene. Sure. this, and we'll play this. We bounce the TV untapped source past the turn. Force allows us to play at instant speed. If they have a Psycho turn, we're probably gonna get owned. But if they don't have a Psycho turn, they're just gonna be okay. Do you prefer the format with Karn or without it? It depends on the format. In the current situation, I think Karn might be not good enough, so I'd rather just play around. Just play a more straightforward line. List, sorry, not line. But there are some formats where I think that Karn is perfectly fine. In fact, there are some formats where Karn is very, very good. I haven't tried it against what's his name though yet. Against goblins. Maybe it is fine against goblins. Okay. Smasher. Taking 10 here. But this Azusa represents more bodies next turn. Are we gonna minus for coding? It's probably better for them to minus for Torpor Orb. Maybe. Karn seems a bit slow against the goblins. It does. And also it's pretty easy to attack as well. Chalice? Why was a Chalice in their sideboard? So let's do Growth Chamber, I guess, plus Ghost Quarter. They missed a land drop twice, and I feel like they are gonna minus on the prime time, and I'm probably gonna have enough to block other dudes. So I used one land drop so far. So I should be able to bounce here. Play this again. Bounce Ghost Quarter, replay it. Make some zombies. We draw step, GQ them. Sweet burn because, well, I brick for 2 turns in a row, so did my opponent. Nice. They had a smash for my AmuLIT, a wear for my Dread, and a Skullcrack for my Fountain. Wow. Wear Terror should 100% not be in your opponent's deck against AmuLIT. Smash is... Even still, Smash is pretty bad. Smash is pretty bad anyway. Okay. Dismember plus Ballista. Okay. So you can only ballista for 1. So we put all of these in front of the smasher. And 1 in front of this guy. Fleet Piripa, yeah, ask away. Okay, second Eugene. So their hand is Walkie B, second Eugene. Get another dude. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Empath into prime time. Prime time. We have not made land drops. So we're gonna do Field of the Dead. And Boros Garrison here. We're at 5. I guess that we can do Radiant Fountain plus Boros Garrison. We get a bunch of zombies and we don't die to a smasher. And we don't die to the ballista, which is in my opponent's hands. Pass the turn. My opponent gave me the GGs. Did they just give me the early GGs? Last song doesn't do too much. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Castle. We packed for prime time. This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think my opponent might have given me the preemptive GGs. Definitely attacking Eugene here. Vesuva and Field. Vesuva to copy my Radiant Fountain. Making sure I don't randomly die to a ballista. We have multiple green sources. Your go. Your go. And they play the Seagate Wreckage preemptively. That's not a good line, opponent. I guess maybe they. I guess they do know which cards are down here, right? Because if they had access to like a tower here, probably I'm gonna block, right? I cannot be taking the damage when I know they have a ballista, so I'm probably gonna block one of these and classic. Oh yeah, play the Ballista for me, please. Thank you. All right. So we should be good now. They were F6 too. I'm gonna give my opponent the GGs. I don't know if they were being mean or if they were giving me. I mean, but usually if you feel like you've been beaten, then you should just. So they were like saying that they hate the matchup, and they said no. I don't remember why. And then they said GG's like 4 minutes ago. I don't remember what happened 4 minutes ago. But it's just like, if you're gonna give me the GG's, like, if I have beaten you, then it's just like, why are you not conceding? Like, why do you continue playing? They knew they were that, but they kept playing. So it's just like, what are you doing? It's just BM if you say GG's to your opponent and you mean that you are conceding, but you just keep playing, you keep trying to win. It's just like, what are you doing? Just don't say anything and just keep playing, and it's not BM. It's pretty easy. Saying BMG is just low value. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so conclusions about this list. I'm not so sure how psyched I am about the black cards. The Thoughtseize came in clutch a couple of times. We drew Engineer a grand total of 0 times against all the Goblins decks, but we actually lost the match against the Goblins deck because we didn't have access to cheap interaction. So Plague Engineer wasn't kind of doing it there anyway. What I'm going to be doing though for the next stream is I'm going to cook up a white list. Wow, this is an old white list, jeez. Yeah, this list is pretty old. Yeah, so I'm going to prepare a white list. I'm probably not going to be playing this many Path to Exiles, but I'm kind of excited about about Celestial Purge against the Goblins deck. I might play Dismember instead of Path even, just to have easier to cast interaction and also an answer to Magus. But Thoughtseize seems bad. You can play turn 1. No, Leviathan. That's because that's not the way that we're using the Thoughtseize, right? Like, if we brought in the Thoughtseize against the control decks, and it's just like we cast the Thoughtseize on turn like 7 or something, and it was great. So like that is kind of what I'm going for overall. So that was the point of Thoughtseize. I'm not really interested in turn 1 Thoughtseize. Like, I'm not going to be bringing in Thoughtseize against a Blood Moon deck, really, right? It doesn't seem particularly great. I'm going to be like bringing in answers to the card on the board against the Blood Moon decks, not against that kind of stuff. So like maybe against a combo deck, against Ad Nauseam or like against Neobrand or something, I will be bringing in Thoughtseize. But if you don't cast it on turn 1, you can probably still cast it on turn 2 or 3, and it's gonna be okay, unless as long as you're not dead, of course. But yeah, I feel like I'd rather have Spell Removal or Plague Engineer. Yes and no. Yes and no, because this is something that you can play preemptively. Like, what is destroying me about, and I talked about this on the last stream, like the way that I see the Goblins deck is it's basically Splinter Twin, right? So against Splinter Twin, the problem was that you could not do your thing, you could not develop your game plan, because you would need to always be representing removal spells or actually holding up those removal spells, because otherwise they could just combo you out of nowhere. So because of that thing, the best card that AmuLIT had access to against Splinter Twin back in the day was Seal Primordium. You would play Seal Primordium on turn 2 preemptively, you just sit it on board, and your opponent cannot combo you out as long as the seal is in there. And same thing with Blood Moon, right? Like you have like an answer to Blood Moon that is just sitting there, and you're just gonna pop off whenever you want to. Plague Engineer was basically the same kind of effect that I was going for. Just like a card that I can play preemptively, boom. Plague Engineer is in play, And now, like, my opponent needs to answer the engineer before they get to combo me out. Because of this reason, Jose was playing Pithing Needle in the sideboard when he got 9th in the challenge over the weekend, by the way. Good old Jose Muniz. And yeah, so cards like that are, in my opinion, a little bit more exciting to me than something like a spot removal that you just need to be like, you know, holding up during the entirety of the match, and then you are time walking yourself, and you cannot cast your prime time because you are just kind of like stuck there, you know, and you don't have enough mana to cast the prime time with removal backup. So Seal of Fire does the job then, no? Yeah, but Seal of Fire is just an awful card. Like, this card is legit. So it's pretty different. Needle is a lot more diverse as well. Seal of Fire does answer Magus. Am I really considering Seal of Fire for the sideboard? I mean, there's no way that I'm considering Seal of Fire, right? Huh. Am I really considering Seal of Fire? That's crazy. Any thoughts for Ashiok? Well, we had access to a bunch of answers to Ashiok in this list, right? That we have the trophies. We were actually playing Decay in the list, disputes, Thoughtseize. That was one of the nice things about the Black Splash specifically, is the fact that we have access to like better than Beast Within cards, you know. How can I attack with 2 Titans on turn 2 with 2 Amulets? Flippy Ripa, you're gonna need to be a little bit more specific about what the board state was like. What about Memory Side? I don't think that's a playable Magic card. All the, like, they're just so narrow, right? I like Sudden Shock a little bit more than Seal of Fire, and I don't like Sudden Shock. Fair. I think I kind of like Seal of Fire maybe better than Sudden Shock, actually. Sudden Shock has some pretty top tier meme value, but yeah. But yeah, Flippy Rip, I don't think that I am disregarding your question. I just need to, like, I need more information. Like, you're not giving me enough information about, like, the board state and that kind of stuff. And nor my hand, even. So, yeah. Also just got the Wasteland for the way. That's awesome, Trex. Very cool. I would play Sublime Epiphany, copy Titan. Why do you come here with your stupid cube cards that I need to Google, Adam? Why do you do this to me? Do you just enjoy making fun of my lack of cube knowledge? Oh, it's not a cube. No, it's not a cube. I guess this is probably gonna be a cube card anyway, right? Yeah, this card is super silly. Super silly. Pretty bad. So bad. But it's pretty cool. Such a bad card, but awesome. One or more? Yeah, I know, but 6 mana, Adam. Don't forget that, like, you're talking about 6 mana, like, you need to do this when you're... If you're asking me to tap 6 mana in Modern, you need to give me this amount of value. You know what I'm saying? I don't dislike Seal, but surely there's something better. I can't imagine R over 1R being super relevant in the deck configuration. So it's not about that, Jose, and I go back to it. It's about the fact that you basically cannot... Like, you can play your Dryad on turn 3, but if you don't have an Amulet, you just cannot hold up Sudden Shock, so you just have to pass, because you might just die. Whereas if you turn 1 the seal is sitting there on turn 3, you just play your Dryad and you keep doing your thing. You cast your prime time on turn, like, 4 or whatever, and then you just win from there. And you cannot get comboed up because of the seal. So that's actually really interesting. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this so I remember for the next time to test this. Also, the fact that I have the OG art Seal of Fire, of course. I will always be looking for excuses to play my OG art, my OG frames. I was seriously considering playing Seal of Fire. I mean, it is in paper. It sounds like it's kind of the exact kind of card that I want against that specific problem. It also kills Meddling Mage. It kills Magus of the Moon. Even if I don't have a green source or anything, even without the basic, it kills Magus. So like, the more that I'm thinking about it, the more problems that I realize that Seal of Fire actually does answer, which is pretty cute. But at the same time, it kind of works. It's the perfect card, but it's also just so bad. Yes. Yes and yes. Yes and yes. Seal beats Slav, man. That's hilarious. That's also true. Oh, thank you, Adam. Yeah, I love having you here. And I hope you understand that I'm messing with you, right? Like, I do love the memes. So you sending memes my way is nothing but exciting for me. So don't get confused. From member and player, the ability to invest the mana earlier on without having to point it until you have the perfect target is quite good. Yeah, okay. Oh, my thoughts about playing Ashiok myself. No, I don't think I want to be doing that. Seems pretty tough to cast. I guess it's likely easier to cast in the Black Splash version, but like double blue is not particularly easy to cast. And I don't know what fixes for us. Seal for the clutch value to put near and below 8 and prevent drawing it. Oh yeah. Alright. I'm into it. I'm going to... Thursday is going to be the next AmuLIT stream, so I guess I'm going to be registering Seal of Fire in my AmuLIT sideboard on Thursday. It's an interesting concept. I'm definitely into trying it out. And the other thing that I was talking about was splashing white, right? This is the other thing that I was talking about before we went on a tangent and we talked about Seal of Fire. But yeah, this is the other thing, because Purge answers most of the things that we care about. Purge answers Ashiok, Liliana, Death Shadow, Magus of the Moon, Blood Moon, Colossus, and the stupid Gobo as well. So Purge is like the perfect card. The perfect card. We have Dryad, Seal of Clothes, commune with the gods when... I'm just not gonna dignify that comment with an answer. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoy it, and don't forget to like and subscribe right here on the channel if you enjoyed what you watched. And I will see you again on the next video. Bye bye and take care.